Ronnie, don't do it. Don't do it, Ronnie. You don't have to do it. So the camera has started. You want to make a game, right? So everybody should watch you. You'll be on TV. Just like on TV. I got 20 people watching me a day on video. Actually, sometimes I get almost 200-300 that started watching me. But usually it's 25-30 a day. If I wanted to be seen by 25-30 a day, I'm going to go over to the shopping center. They got thousands of cars. All I got to do is get out of my car and start walking, and thousands of people are going to come see me. Well, that'd be freaky. Get a jacket saying Mr. Tack Pans on the back. I answer all the questions of the world, all the worldly questions. I answer them all because I make it all up. I have a game where I make up an answer. It's almost like selling insurance. Sure, I'll sell you insurance. You know, if you sell 1,000 people insurance and only 5 has accidents, that means you collected on 932. If you take the percentages in your favor, it's not even a gamble. Where was I going to go next with this? What am I going? Where am I going? There's so many ways to go. Hey, buddy. Yeah, what about it? You're electronic. I'm electronic. I'm using your body. You're using my body. I'm using your body. And I'm going to scare the shit out of you. Oh, yeah? Well, you can't. All of a sudden, May 5th of 2005, was it the 5th or the 6th? Was it the 4th or the 5th? Was it the night of the 5th that this all began? 4, 5, and 6. You know what we're going to do next? When this all began, this was so weird. It was like, am I supposed to see what I see? Like, I'm sitting like this, scared out of my wits, and I'm looking in the sky, and I go, this ain't real. I said to myself something so stupid that I really regret, and I'll regret for a long time until I can handle this. But when I saw the anomaly in the sky, I turned away almost like I says, okay, this is like TV, I won't look at it. I didn't know that I should take advantage. I didn't believe in the other world. I thought, I'm dead, I'm gone, whatever. All of a sudden I took this magic pill called Effexor, and all of a sudden death didn't mean anything to me anymore. It's like it opened up another tunnel inside of me that my mind was allowed to see that there was only life. And now that's all I believe is there's life. We fold and unbend and we go in like this V. You ever see this V? We get into the U world, it's like this. Take this. I take all these cards and I bend them all. Okay? After they're bent, they look like this. Okay? It looks like this. Now I have to take this card and I have to fold it this way. And then I 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 start again. I only can fold it. Eventually you won't be able to bend the card anymore. Okay? That'll be like an edge where two edges meet. Okay? Like this over here where two edges meet. See where the bone comes back? How does the bone grow? It doesn't grow as a bone. There's a formation for it. However it moves, for whatever the distance is from A, B, C, and D, is what it's going to create inside its own. Forget about going from point A to point B. We want to know the structure of what was grown. Just like a little tiny ball became, how did this become this flat and the way it is? So the U no longer, how many cards will it take before I can no longer bend the U over a U? Or what do you think would be about this thick? Before you couldn't bend the corners anymore? Don't you understand? Blackjack, anyone? We've got 6 decks of cards. I've got a cutting card that's just as big as the other cards, but I can't make a U over the cards because it's that thick. This is basically the size of one side plus the center plus the second side of the center, and we're going to take another card that's the same, and we make them, do we make them one center? Right? Like this. No. We turn them around and we collaborate the lines over each other. Is this the way we see the train tracks? Is this the way the train tracks should be? Now don't forget, when you see the 1111, right? In between there's an empty space of red. We put down train tracks connecting 2 pieces of land. How do you connect the other piece of land? It goes like this. It's like a choo-choo train. And what does it do? Well, you make it just on one side of the river. You don't want to go in, but somehow that river's got to be on one side or the other side. It could be the way we grow the grass. the way we hold the land together with the grass we grow. Is there a reality to this? Of course there's a reality. It's inside the thought. What reality in your life, in the changes of lives around the world, there's probably none. So its reality is inside a game. It's called the game stage, where all you're doing is going inside and try to see what the reality is inside your own mind and how it'll affect the rest of the people, since they know the thought that everything's been sewn together. Oh my God, take it off! It's been sewn together! Oh my God. Did I do these things with the cards yet? I'm going to have to do it. Should I do this video now? I'm going to do the video now. I'm going to show you what cards are no longer counted. So a certain number that was 52 cards, I'm going to turn 52 cards into 47, 46, 45. I'm going to turn them into no cards at all. But let's make the first part of all cards come together. Okay? And the first card we're going to use is a 7, a 6, a 9, a 5, a 4. Oh, you can't see that far, eh? And you notice one thing. There's no straight here. There's no straight, there's no 8 for the heaven. Or if I took away the 4, then there would be no 4. The 4 corners comes from the 4. Okay? We do not have the 10 world, which is here. We have one part of it, but we don't have the lower part. See? Here it shows 2 separations. Here it's showing it owns the center. When this center is made, okay, these 2 sides will make up 2 centers, which I believe they call it the sex brains, is what I did. And I'm not sure how the sex brain works, but I have a funny feeling that it's in your hips, and it's what changes everything about how a person thinks. The minute they become of the age 13, the matrix heaven, okay, plus the soul part, plus the spirit part, plus who you are and who you are before you ever got here, before the game ever began. We're going to remove the 3, 2, and 1. But here we have the 8. Okay, so now we're still in this together, okay? I want to see if we got anything else. Just to show you that the king runs the diamond center. You see the key inside the card where it's almost like a butterfly lock because it can be turned, it can be loosened and undone. That white can turn around to where the white is pointing towards 2 sides. You see there's a transfer collar on here? If you turn the white part this way, okay, you'll put the points in the road section together. Now it has to go above and below the road. What is the closest way? The blue is the lining, the red, just look at the red. You separate the red, because if the red is the background, if you notice the center of the heart is also red, that means the white is only a covering for only the red, because the red is inside the blue. That means it owns its space. It is the flow. The blue would be the energy or the outer core or the sleeve. Okay? We are going to take out this card from the game. This card comes in the game, but this card is a very special card. There's 3 cards. You know why? Because I get to take the 3 card and the 9 card and put that 1 up top. The center hearts are together and the 1 on the bottom. So this 9 would become 11 because it already has the 1. If you took 9 and placed it over 8, okay, we have the top 4 corners. We have the 4 corners. Here we have 5 in the center. Okay, here we have 2 and 2. 5. Here we have 2 and 2. Here we have 3. 1, 2, 3. You see why 1, 2, 3? See, they're going down, down, down. They're all standing up. These 3 are standing up. these three, you see, this is standing up, this is standing up, now this one's upside down. So the 4 also has the 4 world from the 9, okay? Where did we go? The 9, here's the 4, take away the 4, you have 5 in the center. So 9 and 4, 13, okay? 9 and 4 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. This 4 is lost. Take away these 4, all you have is 5 left over from 9. And 4 and 5 are 9 apart. But if we come with the 5 card, this is E, this is I, this would be E-I-E-I-O, especially with this pocket. You know why? Because there ain't anything in the center. This is only expression, these 3. These are expressions. You know why they're expression and they're not like this? Because this one has a heart, okay? And this one has a moon. This is a moon. This is a moon, your head and your sex, your connected to the earth. This is the 7 and the 8 go together. So your 5 and your 3 would actually be 5 and 3 is 8. But we can't count this, so your 5 and 3 is actually 7. It would be 5 and 2. And then when they make the 7 card, they make it 5 areas and then they make it 2 areas. Although everything is supposed to be crisscross like this, where this is supposed to be 4 and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you're out of the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diamonds can be used both ways. Okay, do you notice the way it makes a face inside of here? 2 noses are 1. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. They're opposites of each other. How do I join them together? Where you create a B. You join the tops together to come out into the center. How they exactly work, I put them together, I play with them, but in originality I'll be able to figure them out more. So, and at the same time, we don't count this 2, but if we did count this 2, we'd count it in this 9 over here. But this 2 would no longer be like this. This would be the 2 moons, which would be in 1 heart. 2 moons, or Neptune, Venus and Neptune, 2 and 8. Time heaven, 2 and 8. S-O-B-A-T-H. It becomes over here. 2 comes with 1 inside of 3. 2 and 1 equals the 3. So we don't play with the ace, we don't play with the deuce, we don't play with the 3. So we start on the 4. The 4 has to take up the 4 corners of space. How we diagonally mark is this 4, if we take it in roulette style, I go 1, 3, then in the center over here, which would only be either the center of the numbers, or is this card made up in 3 sections? Is everything linear is the question. If we're missing something over here, this would be 1, 2, 3. Well, you'll see the distance between here and here is not as square as here. So this is 1, 2, 3. You would say it's 4 rows, 4 exact rows. So you'd be actually using 12. Is it more than 4 rows? Yes, it is. But in actuality, this should be 7 rows. But we only can use it as 4 rows. Otherwise, we're not using a 2 and 1. What I mean by a 2 and 1 is that top left, bottom right, just like on the dice cube. Just like on the dice cube, this is what you have to look at. You have to look at this one and this one. Then you have to understand how this one works. There's not a 1 in this corner, there's not a 1 in this corner, because then you would be putting it like this. These 3 numbers here. This is where the dice connects. This number, this pattern right here. Then you have to understand that when 7 is involved, the only thing we need for 6 brings on the body. All we need is 1 world. Man lives in 7, but when we become the age of 13, man lives at 13. 7 red lines, 6 white lines, 50 stars. 50 stars, and in between the space of 6 stars is a space, and then a star and a space, and every time there's a star and a space, it makes 6 and 5. 6 stars, 5 open spaces is 11. When it's the 5 and 4 direction, or the 6 and 5 and the 5 and 4, there's a space. Every time there's a star, after that is a space, then a star, then a space. In all actuality, there's more space than there's more open space than closed space, because even if you start on number 7, before 7 was a space. But you started on 7 by folding over the material in that space, and that space is taking up 2 parts of that flag right now. I have to write that here's the star, here's space, here's space, here's a star, here's space, Here's a star. And here's space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a star, and here's space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a star, and here's space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's a star, and here's space. So I have 6 stars, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces in 13. There's 7 spaces and 6 stars. That means the actual red line, okay, the red of a flag has to actually say, like on the U.S. flag, it has to say space. Why? Because we hit red first, but before it was space. In between the red is a white background of everything because the star colors are of white, and white is the space in the background, though it is space. W, beta creation, second world creation. How does it start? It starts with a clean white sheet. What do you mean it starts with a clean white sheet? What are we all going to become ghosts or something? You get it? All the whites, Javel, getting everything, turning pink slime into white. So now we have the space is white. So now we know with the 7 red stripes, okay, with the 7 red stripes there are 6 in between white lines. So did we say void? No. We're going to say white starts before red on the flag. What kind of thread did they use? I want to know the color of the thread they used in order to weave together the bottom part of the flag. In fact, I'm going to have to go check that out. Because everything makes a difference. Everything makes a difference. Whatever it is, man, find the difference. I mean, look at this card over here. Look at this card. Isn't this exciting? Look at the 8. The 8's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove the 4, all you have is 4. But that 8 takes this one, puts it in this part here, and it works for every single one. We can go around in a cycle. So now this 8 will become a 5 with this 5 instead of 13, which is a different 8. 5 and 8 is 13. 5 plus 8 equals 13. 13 ball, stripe, orange in pull. And it's the letter M. 5 is the E in pull. Orange solid. Solid 5. And stripe 13. Now 13 is 1 and 3. And 1 equals 34 equals 7. And 3 equals 56 equals to 2. And that's how it starts off in the piano. Out AG and BG equals to H and I. So you get the stripe. But at the same time, the 5 is the E letter, and the sound of M starts with an E. And the total of this says love, and it's 18 equals 18. Well, the 18th letter is R, and finishes as A-R equals S. As it says R-E-M-A-R-S, Mars, mother of the spaceship. And yesterday they're talking about Lars Eller of the Montreal Canadiens, and a guy specially, and I don't listen to this on the radio, a guy gets on and he starts saying, hey buddy, Lars Eller scored 2 goals last night. I don't know about you, but all you guys are worried about is the mistake by P.K. Subban. The only thing you really want P.K. Subban to actually do with anything that went on is to remember what happened, how come it happened for his own self. He doesn't want to screw the team. He wants to do better for the team, with the team. It's not about him, it's about everybody. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is. If he's not, that's the way he should be. Because the only way to open up is to relieve yourself of ego and just know who is next that can go. You always want to put it to the better part of your team. When you're a bumblebee, the bumblebee doesn't leave a wing at home and leave with one wing. She brings both wings with her. She's kind of selfish, eh? Every time you leave the house, you want half a brain or you want to bring the whole brain. I mean, that's actually the better of the understanding. Like, honey, did you bring your head with you today? I mean, they're even mentioning it in expressions, but think about it. The only thing I can do is possibly say is which way do we want to go? Life is death. That means go this way. 53, 55, 57. Next year, it's right here, the number. Okay, I'm going to show you that number. Okay, this is what I did. Okay, I had to revert 47 and 59. The reason I have to revert to 2 is because in Canadian football, okay, we go to the 55-yard line. Okay, the 55-yard line from 50 equals 5. From 55 to 57, it is 1, 2, but this one is the one centered of the two sides. This is the average of 3. We need not say anything. Since this is the average by 3, then multiply this by 3 equals 15. 1 and 5 is 6. And equal times this by 3. 3 times 9 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. You have 6 and 9. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 15 is the egg. 6 is within the world. 6, 6. Okay? We have went from 53 down to 47 is 6. And we went from 53 to 59. When you run 59, you run life. But when you run time, you run no life. Above 50 is 53, and below 50 is 47. Everything starts at the 50 hole, okay? 41 and 50 is a big difference. When I started my project, okay, I was right over here at the age of 41, okay? You can say I was in my 42nd year. So that's exactly where the Mayan numbers start. It's very funny, because not only did it start in the second year, but it also started on the 5th day of the 5th month of 2005, and it will go 9.6 years. According, it'll go 9.5 years. Isn't it funny? My numbers are uncanny. 9.22222, 9.5 years from the beginning to the end, starting on 555 and ending on the eve of 4:55:5. 4, the number of the sun, of the center of the position from where it all began. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. I thought 55 was here. I may have made some mistake, but anyways, it's over here right now for some reason or not. It's okay if I rotate the numbers this way. It's only a grill. This is only a position. Whatever, if you take away all the numbers in here, and there's a thing that turns around that wouldn't matter what position they stopped at, they're all the same. It's a grinder. It turns around and it grinds. Oh, look what popped up in this position. Oh, look what popped up in this position. So what happens is that the roulette wheel moves up and down. 12 numbers, or 9 numbers at a time, times 4 equals to the 36 numbers. You understand what I'm saying? These numbers are in the back. There's 1 floor, 2 floors, 3 floors. The floors will always have to connect. So 9 connects to 12. 9 connects to 9. To connect the 9, connect the 9, connect the 9. But as they're connecting 9, they're reconnecting 12 at the same time. How can I say this? Because they're 4 stories high. 3 stories high. 3 by 3. 9. 3 by 3. 9. But you're not going 9 forward. What you're doing is you're going 9, and then you're going forward 6. And then you're going forward 6. And then you're going forward 6. It's 9, 6, 6, 6. Why? Because you always have to stay. I'm at level 59, and I go forward. I need to go from 59 to 68. But in order to do that, I have to go back 3 so I can re-lock. I have to lock. Like if we start here, okay, 9 would be over here. No, we have to start from 47. We go 9 to 56. We start at 33. We go 9 to 52. That's where 52 man and the cards come in. Then we go to 59, and then we go to 68, and we go back 3 and up 9. Back 3, back 1 row, and up 3 outs. Back 1 row and up 3 outs. It's like the top and the bottom of the inning. That way we intertwine, and it's the zipper effect. It's sort of like how the DNA is made. Don't forget, the DNA is you have to. If I knew anything about the blood and the DNA, I would really get into it, because it's not that hard. The final chemistry, it would be a lot easier if you actually knew the whole story. Like if I told you I took a baseball, and you'll go, "What's a baseball?" And I'll go, "It's round." And I'll go, "What's round?" So you have to mold together the situation till the other can see the situation. And it's within the situation. They call them the building blocks of life. The line, the dot. Error on error, forever and ever. Raphael 7286 and the constellation of Pegasus. I did want to say one thing. The Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, okay, South America, Australia, Pacific. So you have an A and an I. P-A-I. AIP. 791 are the 3 oceans. 97 is Rothschild. You have the Pacific. You have the Bering Sea between Russia and Alaska. A and R come together. A, R, and B come together with the Bering Sea, Alaska, and Russia. That way they say the bar or the bear. They bear the winter together because B is from the E family. Since B is from the E family, B would be number 52, and that would say Earth. Why would B be 52? Because the E is in the 5 positions. So whatever is in the E family, it now has to be either like this. S is in the E family, but the E is first, so I should just say 59, right? Or 519, because 5 is the E family of the 19. But at the same time, it's in the A family, okay, because it uses number 1 first. So that's the A. So now you got to really stick it up in my wrong end, because I got caught on that one. Madagascar, or mad because he ain't got a gas car, or a gasket, or something is a casket. Madagascar, something to do with the head. A gas car, an engine, a heart, or the head. Oh, I'm telling you, but in Monopoly, I mean, since day one, I mean, this is why I'm on it. Since day one, because of New Zealand, because of N and Z, the way they're the same letter, the way Zion, Z, the way they play with the S and C together, only tells me even more that the N and Z is New Zealand. And then it tells me about the Baltic. It means it's all over New Zealand and the Baltic. And not only into the Baltic, but the Baltic says the time that ticks. What ticks away the ticks that bother the dog and the cat. For what the cat does within a mind where the dog is dying. So therefore they made the cat and the dog cycle the same thing, because the cat lives in the mind of the dog pound, where all men are held within their own mind, because they really can't have their own decision. Oh no, I made the wrong decision. Everybody saw. Oh, come on, don't worry. We're all supposed to be teammates. If somebody makes the wrong decision and doesn't know he should have used his brain, well, how does he know how to use his brain if nobody showed him how to use his brain? You got to teach him young how to use your brain. You don't want to cheat anybody. You just want to show you how to use your brain. How should I use my brain? Is there a question I should be asking? How do I know if I'm right or wrong? Well, somehow, I mean, we're just hoping in this day in life there's so much difference between all the people. 13, 10, 10, 13, 13, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1. Do you see the way the line is on this one and the line is on this one? See the angle of it? See I don't know if I took away from the angle of this one. I wasn't really looking to do anything, but if I had 2 dice... Oh, that's wrong. Hold on, let me pick it up. Let me pick it up. Let me pick it up. I'm coming. Just you wait. Can't you feel it? Ain't it great? We're all insane and there's not one of us to blame. The blood is boiling, the heart is hot. Chill out, my friend. Well, anyways, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, this castle that I built is the way some of the Trinity churches are. One of the chips is missing in the center. 3, 6, 7, 8. Your hips and your head, but there's nothing between your legs. If you flip yourself upside down halfway between the height of your body, you'd end up halfway between your legs, which would be actually nothing there. But if you flip your legs up the other way, where is your body, and put your legs backwards like this, you'd have a W or a pi inside. Your body would be over here, and your legs would be full of something. Below you would be nothing at all. Instead of taking away from the sky, you take away from the ground. You take away nothing. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Madagascar, Australia. They call it, listen to this, Asia, Europe, Africa. Indian Ocean, Atlantic, and then they go North and South America. So they're saying something about that. They're saying North and South America is walking on the cross of time heaven, and South America says something about the soothing the soul. It also said, ute. Ute means to go west. Where? Time heaven. So it's like a dream, something to do with a dream when South America, time heaven, like in a spell. The S, the snake, 191635, the standards of the poor. North America is the gold. O and R is not the O and U. Standard America is O and U, is where? Is 3628. Time, heaven, and creation, 1 and 9, which is the man with just one moon on his head. That's what it says. So they have North America and South America, which is 5 and 1. And then they have 5 and 1. That's so crazy. E is 5, okay, and N is 5, and A is 1, and S is 1. So have you seen EASN, Asia, AAE, 151, when Jesus was born, 151, they replicated Jesus from this area here. Somehow, we come from different places in the solar system, and we come together with this part, and we try to duplicate this part to duplicate the reality and the lives we live here, when in all actuality, this is all a lie. We just live a replication of what we needed to do to take over. So NS is NE, okay, this would say ANEEAS. EAS would say East. Well, anyways, you would have to play with them and see what they do. America, Africa, Asia, 1 Europe. AAAA, 1 Europe. NA, SA, Sand, Sanity, AEA. So you have NAASEAASI, and we also have Canada with 3 of those A's in it. So we can figure out where ending up, starting with AM. AM is the one spirit of birth. It is your life here according to the game of pool. So our life was based off the game of pool because that's the way it comes off of matrix explanation in categories of games people play. Then we have the love and the M, the electronic resonant, which means what resides within our mind, in which the tool of the mind is the soul to use his thinking and project his thinking and be able to go get his thoughts in a background that is matrix-ridden electronic world. 3 and 1. Angel creation, the crustacean, the face of the angel crustacean, probably a mix out of the Atlantic and Indian Oceans, through the Bering Sea, which was the bearing of life. The strand, the air that comes off the cold, that makes air to breathe. Standardized spirit air. Standardized spirit air. Did you meet my friend? He's a hippie. He's from the South hippie. And then he moved near Highway 65, and he brought his wife, Mrs. Hippie. So they had Mr. Hippie and Mrs. Hippie come together. Mrs., is your name Mississippi? Yes, my name is Mississippi. Hippie. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Are we in a dream? Is this David and Goliath? I've heard the numbers, like I said at the beginning. I'm going to listen to something tonight, and it's so fantastic because right away it's telling me a story, or it's telling me what I want to hear. It's crazy. It's like it's telling me things, and by telling me certain things, it's like saying, okay, this is going to happen because that's where these numbers fit. And it's almost like telling the future. But it's really weird, but it's not real at all. It's just my own revelation. And oh boy, am I going to listen to it. Doesn't matter which channel I turn it to. It won't matter. It's not me. What I'm telling you right now has already been said 7 seconds before, plus the time it says of the making of the video. But my thinking, before I even come to say what I'm going to say right now, they already thought of what I'm going to say, and whatever I'm going to say in the next 20 seconds is because 7 seconds before it has already been written. Here's one way to look at it. Here, you want to, let's turn it around. See the way it crisscrosses and then it comes to a point, eye over eye? See the 2 dots? If there's 2 dots, you can expend a line. If you can expend a line, you already have a crease. You see in the crease over here, we have nothing there. It would automatically say I. Or it would say 2 dice. The first one on the first dice, first one on the second one would say K. See the way it's got 4K? Look at this. The way it comes up here, and then the way this brings it back in. There's other things we can do with this, in which we can, because we have the dot in the center, we can put the dot in the center, and then we can finish it with this. See, we can do it like this, okay? And you see this part is the T? This is how the T connects. See the separation now? We put it together. What I'm trying to say is that if I have a T like this, down like this, here, right? And I have another one over here. This is locked in. These are locked in. They can't go anywhere. The only time they can go is if they come up this way. Otherwise, this would have to shift. Okay? The other thing about this is that if I had a T, like this, okay, what I do with this is I have a little thing this big. Imagine if only this was a cutout. But what was not cut out was here. Imagine if I needed to put this in here. You understand what I'm saying? It's this in here. This is not here. Nothing is here. But I'm showing you the shape design. I'm showing you this design. At the same time, if you really want to look, this is a bow tie. Okay? And what is it bow tie? It hooks into here. And now if I had a pedal over here, I can press on the pedal, press on this, and this will press down. This is only a passage. This moves over here. This will come underneath this. It's only to fit it in. You have to fill it in the hole, and then back it up, because it's very wide, but it's very thin. It's only enough for a passage. You back it up here, and it locks here. Okay? Then you have your T, which was here, which locks over here. The T becomes an I when it's in position. This is what it is, and when it's in position, it's like this, because this moves down to here. Okay? Do you understand what I said? Anyways, there was somebody trying to get a hold of me, M2. Try again, I'll hook up. I can't, you know what, I use a lot of my time to think. So I sometimes just can't listen and talk as often as I'd like, because it would take away from my energy. So I keep it to a minimum. Thank you for watching, Raphael. Alaska, Aska. Aska what? You're Russian? Are you Russian me? No, Aska later. Okay, can't go. I can go, right? Okay, to give in, to have amnesia or Indonesia. Do you have a rope? A euro? Do you have euro? Well, isn't that from Greece? Euro is something to eat. Oh, it's okay. Oh my God, I have an ace. I got 3 aces. Why? Because A is in the first one. S, 1 and 9 is A is in the second house. I is the 9th letter. Well, that's not an A, that's a 9. So Asia says 911, right in its name. 9, it says 1191. Wow, that's crazy. 8K, AKI, don't know what it means. I know what it means in my own head, but Australia Pacific, I don't know what kind of salmon you're having, but I ain't eating what they put out. Thank you for watching this video.